Yo, what's going on, everybody? Quancredible here, and I never have really done anything like this before. I know I reviewed like the Black Clover chapters, but I typically have never reviewed the anime, just because like if I talked about the chapter, I feel like the anime scene really doesn't add too much to it, except for some parts are really cool to see, but like for the most part, a lot of what I say would be the same. But with recently with Black Clover doing a lot of newer filler, with like with it supposed to being somewhat canon and things along those lines. Somebody said to me, "Hey Quan, you should totally do some reviews on the newer anime episodes since they're content that we've never seen before." And I was like, that's a really good idea. So this is going to be the first one of those. Not for sure if it's going to be a regular thing or not. Just let me know what you guys think. If you guys are down for something like this every Tuesday, I'll be happy to add it to the channel. If not, no biggie. So I've never reviewed an anime, so I'm probably just gonna attack it the same way I do my chapter reviews, if you guys have ever seen those. So to run through it, the episode starts with the underwater sea temple people. Like they are fighting against this like monster, and they clearly can't handle it, so they send Kaito or Kyoto, however you pronounce his name. I kind of like Kyoto a little bit, sounds cooler, and Kahono to go get help. And like that's that. And then the Black Bulls are also, and I believe the area is called Raque or Raque, not for sure, but they're there on a training mission. And it's really funny to me because the only person that's okay, Noelle is seriously training. Like she's doing this crazy thing with these like two water typhoons. Like she has this one and then she like splits it in half, which right here I just want to say the notion of Noelle not having mana control should be gone now. Like no one can say that she cannot control her mana well. I mean, you could make the argument that they even say the area is like helpful for water mages and all that, but still though, I really feel like she should be in the can control her magic or mana well category as opposed to the not well. But anyway, I mean, like right here, she is seriously training, and then you can kind of get Asta, Luck, Magna, just like, and they're running, which like for those three, I could consider that training since they're all kind of physical based people. And you even got Finro jumping into the training. And of course, we already knew this with Klaus, but if training your physical body increases your actual magic, so that's really important to train as well. But the funny thing to me is like everybody else is just kind of goofing off. Like, like you got like Yami just laying down drinking alcohol first thing in the morning. You got like Ghosh and Gordon just like reading books on muscles. Like it was a really silly episode to me. Even got Gray and Vanessa. Like Vanessa's just concerned about her weight, and Gray's just trying not to be embarrassed. So it's just like it was a really funny episode in that, right? But like you fast forward through it, and Kyoto and Kahono actually finally get in contact with the Black Bulls to get their help for what's going on. And long story short, basically there's a sea guardian that's going crazy down below, and they need their help to stop it. And this moment was actually really cool for Yami, in my opinion. So like they basically wanted the Black Bulls' help to get Kyoto and Kahono down there so they could calm it down. And they're like, yeah, if you guys help us, we should be able to get it under control. And this moment was really cool for Yami, at least for me, because Yami's like, I'm not just gonna lend you my squad if you're for sure if it's even gonna work or not. And like, it just shows that like Yami, while he is a good dude, he still is a captain. Like he doesn't have a lot of captainly moments in my opinion. Like he has some here or there where he has like good leadership moments where he like leads his team, or he like spurs them on and gives them inspiration when he tells them to like surpass their limits. But like right here you can see he's being a good like captain. It's like, I'm not about to just sit here and like just give out magic knights. It's like magic knights for the Clover Kingdom. Like we're not just giving these out for free basically. And I really did like that moment for him. And then you get like another good moment for Noelle when she like steps up and is like, well, look, I'll handle it. I want to do this. I will handle it. I'll get him there. And it was like Noelle stepping up, because like, not saying Noelle doesn't step up. When a lot of times when it comes to authoritative figures like her siblings or higher up, she kind of tends to be like more backburnery or more submissive. Like when she talks to her peers like Asta, Magna, like anywhere, any Mimosa, anybody near her level, she's like exactly how she wants to be. But like I was saying, when it comes to higher up, she kind of backs off a little bit. So it was nice to see her like stand up and really take charge in this exact moment. So a really good moment for Noelle. And yeah, so then Yami's like, all right, no, if you're going to do it, just make sure you see it all the way through and take Finral with you, basically. Because, I mean, Finral's a really good guy to have come with you for any kind of mission. So here we get into my more favorite part of the episode, where we have like the fighting between these like fish monsters and them as they're in like Noelle's sea dragon's cradle, like going down below into like, what is it? Is this like void? And at first when I was seeing these fish monsters, I was like, why are there fishmen? Like, why are there literal fishmen monsters in Black Clover? But then they're like, oh, the mana just caused them to turn into to these monsters. I'm just like, wow, mana in Black Clover can really do a lot, I see. But that aside, they're like attacking Noelle's Sea Dragon's Cradle. And before, I didn't know that the Sea Dragon's Cradle was like this defensive. Like, I knew the Sea Dragon's Lair was a defensive spell, but I always consider the Cradle to be more of a transporty spell. But to see that it does have some bit of defense to it, it's like a shell type deal, because when they were hitting it, it was like cracking or whatever. That was pretty interesting. But then you get Kyoto and Kahono, they like put their masks on and like jump out of there. Now, I'm assuming their masks is how they're breathing underwater, just because like when they were all underwater the first time, I was like, can these people breathe underwater, or like, do they not need air or whatever? But it appears that they do need the masks to breathe underwater. However, they can swim exceptionally well. And then when those two linked up together for their combo move, Sea God's Descent, I thought that was really dope. Like, one of the things I really wanted to see in this episode when I saw the previews with Kyoto and Kahono, and even when seeing them in the episode, I was hoping they would get like a moment. And like, this was a really good moment of them fighting against these fish people. But at the same time, I feel like it didn't really show how strong they are, because at the moment, it kind of seems like, I don't know, they almost still seem like weak, well, not weak, but just like much weaker in comparison to what the Black Bulls are capable of. Granted, the Black Bulls are really strong, especially like they're top fighters like Noelle, Luck, Asta, Yami, stuff like that. And I'm not saying they should be like on that level, but I just wish like those two were a little bit more comparable. Because like in the Sea Temple, they seemed really strong. Like, they seemed really strong, because they were able to fight with Vetto, just those two, for a while. Like, I feel like those two held up much better than, like, say, Luck or Magna. I mean, it wasn't really until Asta, Finral, and Vanessa came up with their weird strategy that they were even able to really compete with Vetto at all. But I just thought it was really cool that those two were able to kind of hang with him a little bit. So I was hoping to see, like, more of their growth. But honestly, like, they couldn't even hold off all these fish people, so I was a little disappointed in that. But how they did it was looking cool. Like, when Kyoto was like swimming around hitting all of them, that looked dope. Like I said, ultimately it was not enough to hold them off. So Finral was like trying to get Noelle to escape. Noelle's not really doing anything in this exact moment. And then that's when like the fish people finally break the bubble or whatever. They knock off Kahono's mask. Everything's going south. And then like Noelle is having this like weird flashback moment of her like hearing, it sounds like Laura Petchka's voice talking about the natural mana, and she uses like runes to create like these mini sea dragon cradles. Now, I'm not for sure how many of you know this. I posted it on my Twitter earlier, but one of the top animators for the Black Clover anime, Yoshihara, he put out a tweet saying that the episode with Leo using runes and this episode with Noelle using runes is a mistake. I'll put the tweet on the screen so you guys can see it. So basically, I'm assuming what did all this with him saying it's a mistake and like Tabata and company being angry at him about it would be runes were supposed to be learned in the Heart Kingdom, at least from the manga's perspective. Like, from what the manga set up is they trained in the Heart Kingdom to learn runes. But in these two instances, they just happened to use runes in dire spots, with Leo against the golems and the spider, and Noelle against these fish people and such. So I could understand where they would be upset. I mean, but at the same time, I wouldn't like pin too much on Yoshihara. I mean, it was just a mistake. You know, happens. I mean, I get it. It is a big deal, but at the same time, I wouldn't beat him down too hard for this. That's just me. But that aside, she's able to temporarily, or not really temporarily, but she's able to save everybody with the mini sea dragon cradles using the ruins and all that. And it's at that moment that they kind of back off because this huge like kraken pops up. And Noelle like does her Valkyrie dress or whatever to fight against it, and this whole scene was just really well done. Like the animation looks so good. It looks so good, especially when you compare it to like some of the really bad moments that we got in the series for the anime. And another cool thing with this fight, in addition to Noelle kind of like whizzing around fighting the Kraken like more or less one-on-one, you even got Finral like using his spatial magic towards like it's like the Kraken would swing its tentacle, but Finral would open up a portal so it would go through the portal and like hit itself. And I'm just like, I wish Finral would do things like that more often, because I mean, think about it, that could be extremely powerful. Someone shoots a really powerful spell at Finral, he just opens up a portal and it just hits them. It's like really good. It's a really good thing to see. So they beat the Kraken, and then they make it down there to like where the base of the ruins is, and they finally get to see the big sea guardian thing or whatever. And then Kyato and Kohono do their dance, and that basically calms it. And it turns out the sea guardian was having a baby, which is why it was upset in the first place, which is, you know, it's a neat moment. But in the midst of this, the sea guardian goes up to Noelle and gives her a vision of like her mom, which kind of confused me, because I'm like, well, Noelle's mom died during childbirth, so like there's no way Noelle could possibly have any memories of her mom. So like you could maybe assume that this thing had met her mom, and even Noelle kind of says that, like, oh, my mom must have came here. But I'm just like, how in the world would Aesir have got down here? Like, I don't see how with steel magic she would have gotten down here unless she has some kind of crazy magical item that could get her all the way down there safely. But that was more or less the episode, which was pretty cool. I mean, it ends on like a really more comedic note with like Kohono asking Asta to go on another double date, and like Yami kind of getting at Finral for sending a tentacle their way. So it was, overall, I thought it was a really good episode. I am kind of I got mixed feelings about the whole Yoshihara runes thing, just because like I was kind of enjoying runes being implemented into the anime. I did, however, think it was kind of weird the way they were doing it, like having them just randomly do it not in the Heart Kingdom. I thought that was strange, but I thought it was cool to see regardless. So all in all, I enjoyed the episode quite a lot. Like I said, it's my first time doing an anime review, so if you stuck with me the entire time, I greatly appreciate it. It makes me feel very good on the inside. If you could like the video, I would also appreciate that. In the comment section down below, let me know how you guys feel about the episode. Let me know how you guys feel about the Yoshihara and the runes thing, like it being a mistake being implemented. How do you guys feel about it? Are you guys going to take what's going on here as still canon filler, or are you guys going to just like take it as like it never really happened, or it's not canon, or that kind of thing? I'm really curious to know about how you guys feel on that one. If you guys enjoyed my anime review, let me know if I should do one next week, or if you're just not really feeling it, then I just won't do one next week. It's no big deal either way. Other than that, like and sub to the video. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will catch you guys next time. Oh, also, magic attribute videos are coming out soon. I've just been really busy. Just been really busy, but they are coming out. But yeah, I'm out of here this time for sure.